Hey guys, so I'm going to help you do the DBA review, and we're going to start with number 1. And so we have to put the products in order from greatest to least, okay? So remember, positive numbers are always bigger than negative numbers, okay? So we're going to start with the positives, so 6, that's going to be the first one, and then 5.91, that's the second one, and then when you have negative numbers, whatever's closer to 0 is going to be bigger, okay? So I'm looking for the number that is closest to 0, which is the watches, so that's going to be number 3. And then we're going to have the pants is number 4, and the shirts is number 5, okay? So you can write them down here, or you can just put them in order. Okay, number 2, we have to find the sum, which is adding. So what I'm going to do, when you have positives and negatives, it's easier to you to add all the positives and then all the negatives and then combine them. So I'm going to put 5 plus 0 plus 4 in parentheses, and then over here the negatives, negative 6 plus negative 11. Okay. So over here I have 5 plus 0 plus 4, that's going to be 9, plus, and then negative 6 plus negative 11 is a negative 17. Okay. Now when you're adding, if you have a positive number and a negative number, you make your 0 pairs. Okay, so I'm going to make 9 0 pairs, and I'm going to have negative 8 left over. So this is your answer. For number 3, it says steak cost $7.10 per pound. That would be, what is the cost of 3 3/5? So 3 3/5, the easiest way to do it is to change this to a decimal. Okay, so you can divide 3 divided by 5, okay, add a decimal and a 0, 5 goes into 36 times, okay. So this is 3.6. So I'm going to multiply 7.1, because this is 10, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, times 3.6. Now remember, when you're multiplying decimals, just multiply it like regular numbers, 71 times 36, and then you're going to get 2,556, and then you can put the decimal. How many decimals do I have? 2. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and there's your decimal. So the correct answer is it's going to cost $25.56. Okay. All right, number 4. It says if you can wash 48 windows in 4 hours, how many can you watch in 9 hours? So first I'm going to go ahead and simplify this. I'm going to divide by 4. Okay, so I know that 12 windows in 1 hour. Okay, now I'm trying to get to 9 hours. So 1 times 9 is 9, so 12 times 9 is 108 windows. Okay, so this is going to be your answer right here. Okay. Over here, number 5. So first, it says that the ratio of A to B is 7 to 1. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a tic-tac-toe. So I have part, whole. Okay. Now this is box A, box B, box A, and box B. Okay, so if they're telling me that the ratio of box A over box B is 7 to 1, okay? So that means that box A is 7 pounds, box B is 1 pound. So for the total, that means that A plus B is going to be 8 pounds, okay? Now, if I want to know, okay, what is the weight of A? Okay, so if together here it's going to be 128, so box A over the total is going to be 7 over 8, okay, and I'm trying to get to 128, okay, so I know that I can divide 128 divided by 8. It's going to give me 16. So that means I have to multiply this times 16 to get to 128. So I have to do the same thing up here. 7 times 16, and I'm going to get 112. So that's your answer right there. Okay. All right. Turn the page. Okay. So right here, I have 5, 5, 4, 6, okay, and the total is 20. So I want to know which one's going to be true. So it says the ratio of P to Q is 1 to 2. So if I do P, that's 5, and Q, that's 5. So that's actually going to be 1 to 1 because they're the same, so that's not going to be the answer. And then it says the ratio of R, which is 4, to the total, which is 20, is 5 to 1. Well, that's not going to be the same either because 4 out of 20 is actually 1/5, not 5 to 1, so that's not the same. Then it says R is 20% of the total. Well, that's true because 1/5 is actually the same thing as 20%. So C is going to be your answer. Okay. For number 7, it says 3 out of every 4 students wear jeans. If there are 600, so I'm trying to get to 600. So I'm going to divide 600 divided by 4. Okay. So that's going to be 1, subtract, write down the 2, it's 5, add a 0. Okay, so 4 times 150 is 600, so 3 times 150 is going to be 450, which is letter B. Okay. Number 8, it says to make 6 glasses of lemonade you need 5½ cups of water, and I want to make 10 glasses of lemonade. How much water do you need? Okay, so for 6 glasses you need 5½, which is the same thing as 5.5 water. So I'm trying to make 10 glasses, so I don't know how much water I'm going to need. So I need to set up the proportion and then find the one that's correct, which is J. Alright, number 9, it says what is equivalent to 60%? So 60% is the same thing as 60 over 100, which is 0.60, which, if you simplify, divide by 20, you get 3 out of 5. So D. Okay. Greta has 1½ quarts of water. How many ounces is equivalent to that? So we're going to use a math chart. Okay, so I know that 1 cup is 8 ounces. I know that 1 pint is 2 cups. and I know that 1 quart is 2 pints. So that means that 1 quart is also equal to, if I multiply 8 times 2, that's 16. 16 times 2 is 32 ounces. Okay? So, if 1 quart is equal to 32 ounces, and I want 1.5, so 1.5 quarts, I have to multiply times 1.5, multiply times 1.5, and I get 48 ounces. That's your answer. Okay? Alright, turn it over. Number 11. So it says the last time Brenda played softball, she made 55%. So how much is she going to make if she plays 40 times? So remember, we have to set up the proportion. 55 over 100, because that's for percent, equals, okay, we have to get to 40. That's going to be your denominator. Now, can I get from here to here? No, so I have to simplify. So 55 over 100, I'm going to divide by 5. So I get 11 over 20. Now, can I get to 40? Yes. Times 2, times 2. So 22 is your answer. Okay. Alright, number 12. It says a firefighter uses 80 pounds plus however much he weighs, and that's going to be the T for total. So T has to equal 80 plus however much the firefighter weighs, which is letter C. Okay. Alright, order of operations. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay. So 4 to the 4th power. That's 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. Okay. So 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 16 is 256. Then we have 3 to the 3rd power. So 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. So, I'm going to plug those numbers in. Instead of this, I'm going to put this. 256 minus, instead of this, I'm going to put that. 27 times, parentheses. 7 minus 2 is 5, minus 201. Okay? Now, I already did parentheses, I already did exponents, multiplication or division, so I'm going to do this right here. So 256 minus 27 times 5 is 135, minus 201. Now, I already did that subtraction from left to right, so I'll have to do this part first. So 256 minus 135 is 121 minus 201. So I'm going to take away 201 away from 121. So I'm going to have negative 80 left over. Okay. Number 4. This is distributive property. Okay. So if I have 5 times 9 plus x, I have to multiply 5 times 9 plus I have to multiply 5 times x. So 5 times 9 is 45 plus 5x, which is letter D. Alright, number 15. Have to find the area of a parallelogram. So area is equal to base times height. So this is the base, and this is the height. This is nothing. Do not use that number. So I have to multiply 15.4 times 12.3. So I get 189.42, which is letter A. Right? Number 16. So the sum of two angles is 237.6. One of them is 29 degrees. What is the second? So 237.6 minus, we have to put the numbers in the correct place value, minus 129. So I'm going to subtract, and I get 108.6. That's your answer. Alright, turn the page. So I'm looking for -3, so I'm going to start at 0, and I have to go to the x. Remember, this is x first and then y. So -3 on the x. This is the x and this is the y. So 1, 2, 3, and then -2.5. So this is y. I have to go down. 1, 2, 3. So point J. Okay. Number 18. This is symmetrical, because you can cut it in half. And it has the same thing on both sides. So the correct answer is D. Okay. Number 19. So for this one, you have to find the relative frequency, which means you have to turn all of these into percent. So remember, you need the total. So for the total, I have to add 8 plus 3 plus 9 plus 5. So you get 25. Alright, so to turn it into a percent, you have to put the fraction first. So I'm going to do it down here at the bottom. For the live, it's going to be 8 out of 25. For the record is 3 out of 25. For the demand, or on demand, is 9 out of 25. And for the online is 5 out of 25. So remember, in order to change it to a percent, you need to get it to 100, okay? So we're going to do that. Okay, so I have to multiply it times 4 to get to 100, times 4 to get to 100, times 4 on all of them. So 8 times 4 is 32. 3 times 4 is 12. 9 times 4 is 36. 5 times 4 is 20. Okay, so here are my percents. I'm going to go ahead and put them up here. This is going to be 32%. This is going to be 12%. This is going to be 36%. And the last one is going to be 20%. Okay? So now that you have all of the percents, you need to check your answers and see which ones line up. So if you notice, this dark one has to be 20%. So if I count from here, this part right here is 20. Okay? The second dark one should be 36. So if I count 10, 20, 30, and then this is almost half. So that's a little bit more than half, 36. And then this one, the light one, should be 32. So if I